All right. So, students, welcome another of our Sunday scholarship sessions. So, this is number 176 in our series, and we are continuing with our successful students. So, the students who are preparing with us, and who later on they applied, they got the scholarship, now they are abroad, and they come to share their experience to give guidance to our audience that what are some of the things you should look out for, how you should prepare, and any other questions you want to ask them, right? You can go ahead. Yes, good evening to you also, Deepak. So, students, as you know, every Sunday we are discussing about overseas education and all the relevant topics that we have for this overseas education, like what are the best courses, universities, scholarships, and so what we do is, say for example, students are preparing for fall 2025. We guide them in the sense that where you're supposed to apply and what documents you require, what are the expenses you will need in the journey, then later on after admission, so how to do your visa, flight ticket, accommodation, health insurance, and most importantly, so are there any eligible funding options for the students, how they are supposed to cover their expenses, how much money they will need, how much loan they need to take, where to take the loan from, and so on and so forth. So it is a comprehensive training process for a whole year. So, like our students who are going to study for next year in fall 2025, for them, they have been preparing since May, June of this year, right? Doing their GRE, TOEFL, IELTS, shortlisting. Like currently, the students are busy with the application process, and you know, they are preparing the documents, LOR, SOP, transcript, and so applications are in full force. Smirat sir is there. He is guiding the students. He is the expert in terms of the applications. So I think he has completed at least 15, 20 applications till now with the students. All the Ivy League universities, US universities, going through the documents, making sure everything is proper. So this time, crunch time, especially if you want to go to US, so December is the main time when you have the major deadlines. So you need to make sure you prepare your GRE TOEFL and you complete everything so that well before deadline, like in the first round, early intake, if you submit your application, later on that will help you, to get your offer letter quickly. And once you get the offer, then all the other steps also become clear. Like for visa also, US visa, it will take time to prepare. You have to take the loan, then applying for the scholarship funding, so on and so forth. Okay, so based on the general process, right, later on we'll have a Q&A also, and I will share my contact details as well so that if you have any questions, you can get back to me. You can meet me in our office or whatever it is. Okay, let's move on to the topic in today's lecture. Right. So today we are continuing with the series of our students, who have been successful in, preparing with us, getting a scholarship, and so they come and share their ideas, experiences, etc. So we managed to get today Prajwal, and Prajwal is in. So you can see he is started his construction management degree in New York University, USA, in New York, and he is basically he got multiple offer letters also from Singapore as well, NTU in Singapore, and I think Michigan also. I'm not too sure. He can tell you about that. So he's studying currently at the Tandon School of Engineering in New York University, which is quite prestigious, well known, and in terms of this construction field, there's a lot of scope available in USA. So so just before we start, let me share his offer with you. Okay, so you can see this was his offer. So Prajwal, he got the offer on 14th February for his master in construction management course. Apart from this, he also got a scholarship from New York University. So you can see here a $7,000 scholarship from New York University. So that is, small reduction he got for his fees. And apart from this also, so you have the general information, and I'm sure he can tell you more about his experience, his entire journey, how he has moved forward, what he has gone through, etc. So let me call upon Prajwal. Yes, Prajwal, are you here with us?
Yes, hello,
Just
sir.
drop me a message. Oh, yes, here he is. Yeah, 1 second, Prajwal. All right. Yes, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
All right, all right. So, Prajwal, over to you. Please share your journey with us. Tell us.
Sure, sure. So, hello everyone. I'm Prajwal Wankhede. I'm currently pursuing my master's in construction management at New York University. So, I would like to share my experience and my journey, how I came here and how I did, how I reached here. So, firstly, like every other student, I had a lot of confusions and difficulties while during the application process and during, like I was blank ki how to apply for this stuff, I didn't have any knowledge about it. So, like during that time, I was searching for people who can guide me about it. But there was one major reason, like concern which I had. Like I talked with multiple peoples and everyone I had I literally had sessions with them, and so they told me about stuff like, the ranking doesn't matter and every other thing. During that time, I have a brother who was in touch with Hemant sir and Nivet sir, so he's gave me contact for them. So I had a talk with them, and my major reason for connecting with Hemant and Nivet sir was for my scholarship, which I secured for this my masters. So that was my major concern, and I secured it. So I would like to state that, like as a newcomer, we have multiple doubts. Like we don't want to go wrong at any stage. Like even there is a minute detail, right? So I was feeling like me and my parents, we were like filling that form together, because don't want to take that chance. So I was like, I don't want to take any chance. If there is even a minute detail, a mistake, I don't want to lose any scholarship. So that is something which during that time now you realize that you want someone who has knowledge about that stuff. So I used to reach out to Hemant sir, Nivet sir all the time about it. Right. So that was really very helpful for me during that process. And apart from this also, during this entire application process, so like I remember when I was applying for it, so like to how what universities to sort, like what university should apply to, what courses should I apply to, what scope like what scope for the courses which I'm going to apply for. I don't have any idea about it. So I used to discuss this with everyone else, with my seniors, which I knew, which I had contacts with. So I talk with them. I talk with sir also about it. So it's a good thing to have, the third eye view about things. So I got that. So that was really helpful for me. So, and but other than this, I would like to state that I always had like clarity in my mind for all other students. I would like to say that you should always have clarity ki what country you want to go, what university you want to opt for, you want to get a scholarship or not. You should always get a scholarship if you have a chance. I will always suggest that. And if you're choosing any specific country, you should always, look out for the opportunities there after your graduate master's program there. Look out for the, what job profiles are um, getting a hype in the market, and how much scope they have. So that is something everyone should prepare beforehand. So I checked that, and I will share my opinion about NYU since I'm doing masters here. So I got offer letters from three universities. One was NYU, so second was Michigan Ann Arbor, and third was NTU Singapore. So, my reason for selecting NYU out of all three offer letters was, NTU Singapore. It was very like it is a good rank for like 2025 rank. It is like rank QS rank 15. So it was a very good university. But I had some concerns after masters there. So I didn't choose that. Then the remaining was Michigan Ann Arbor. So I had to choose between Michigan Ann Arbor and NYU. I chose NYU because of my domain, I am in the domain of civil engineering and I chose construction management here. So it makes sense to me to go in a more urban sector, urbanized area or city, let's say that. So that's the more reason I chose New York or NYU rather than Michigan Ann Arbor. So that was my reason for selecting NYU. And there were other reasons as well, like placement and every other thing. So that was the thing. And apart from this, you have to also check upon like when you're selecting universities. So I guess we should always check up all upon the opportunities which the university grants to us. Like for my university, NYU, grant like organizes special career fairs, which is not very common, in many universities. Like you will find this stuff in only the high rank universities. I can say that for sure. You won't find this in the other universities. Like in Michigan, Ann Arbor, there was career fairs. In Washington, Seattle, in Stanford, Harvard, in Columbia, they organize such things. So this opportunities which the university grants us also plays a vital role in our career. So I guess like we should also check upon like this opportunities if the university are granting that or not. Other than this, I can also say that we should check which type of course we are opting for. Like I have a STEM course here, so that is something which is very important, right? So like STEM course offers us like more like 1 year of extension, 2 years of extension apart from the 1 year of extension we already have. So we get 3 years of extension for looking for jobs. So that is very vital for for a master program. So these are all some of the things which I looked up for while finalizing my university. So I thought of sharing this with you. Apart from this, in these things, while selecting, coming to the scholarship part, this is the most important. I will say this is the most important thing for any of the student who is coming from any background, right? Scholarship is something which immensely helps us. I have got it. I have got 100% scholarship. They also pay for living here. They pay for tuition fees. Everything is covered. So for this part, you need someone who has expertise in this specific area. So I really believe that like since I've got the scholarship, I'm really thankful to Hemant sir and Nirvesh sir here who helped me a lot. I used to reach out to them any hour and they used to guide me and help me. So because this is the stuff we are really concerned about because a lot of things are on stake here at this moment. So even we don't want to get mistaken on any silly point, that will really hurt. So I used to reach out to them, and I guess that really helps, someone who has a background in this stuff, who has knowledge or has expertise. So thank you so for helping me in that area, and I finally got it. So yeah, so that was one of my major concerns only, which I got the help with. And apart from this, I will also like to state that, whichever university you're targeting, check what major uh, is the most popular in that university or what research oriented programs, they are working on. you can always find that on the university websites. It is always readily available there. So if you check that, you can find the additional source of income as well. There are, if there are more research programs there, there are more research assistant positions there, graduate assistant position there, or teacher assistantship position there. So you can always opt for that, part-time jobs. And you can always opt for, more internship opportunities through the professors and every other people. So you develop kind of a network in that area of your interest. So that plays a vital role as well. So whenever you're applying for any specific university, you need to check that part. Like what specific projects the professor is working on, what major you have, how much research work is going on there. After that master program, what job opportunities are open to you in that specific region, because every university has a placement region, like the major placement region is like around that university only. So whichever city you select, you have to check the placement also, whether the maximum placement is in that region only. For example, for in my case, I will give the example of Michigan Ann Arbor and New York University. So Michigan Ann Arbor, there was mechanical is the booming field there, but since mine was civil engineering, it was comparatively less booming there. But New York granted me more opportunities. So that was one of the reason. Apart from this, considering IT sector, so Michigan was granting like very good opportunities for IT sector. It was offering like about 30-40% students were getting placed in Silicon Valley. I got this data from their website itself. However, that doesn't concern me. I'm just giving an example for that. So this data is something we everyone must look on, right? Because after all, you're doing a master's for getting a job only, right? So you should always focus on this data. So I guess that's all. So I would like to state, yeah.
All right. So I think first of all, we should all thank Prajwal because I don't know, maybe you can tell from his voice, all night he was working on his assignment, it seems. And in fact, I had told him that, it's okay, you just do your work, we'll manage. Maybe some other week we will see you. But he said that, sir, definitely, now that you have said, I'll be there to share and guide and everything. So I'll make it no matter what. So I think he's not even slept tonight. And he said that, sir, I'll be there to guide the students because as for USA, there's a lot of response and many students are interested. So whenever, and especially this construction management field, this is quite interesting for the students. So we had a lot of messages. So again, thanks Prajwal for being here. I guess, you have not slept, so that's why your camera is off, I'm guessing. Or is there? Yeah, Prajwal.
Oh yes, I'm so sorry about
Yeah,
the
yeah,
cam.
yeah.
I'm a little messed up,
No
yeah.
worries, no worries, no worries. Again, thank you for being here. So, just let me give a little background about Prajwal. I think Prajwal was with us since 2022, I think, and preparing with GRE, preparing TOEFL, and of course, big credit goes to Prajwal's parents also, who are always there to guide and support. And in every step of the process, they were involved with us. That okay, sir, how should we go ahead? What should we do? What is the next step? So on and so forth. So then finally, this year, once he got the offer, we planned for everything. And right now, Prajwal is in New York. And see, when students come to us for New York, so Prajwal mentioned few things. See, one, he said that STEM courses, STEM course, STEM background is important because in terms of the work opportunities which you get later on. Then on top of this, see, one important fact he mentioned about New York University is that, of course, being in New York, you're in the hub for education and a lot more opportunities are available. Like all these top universities, you'll see they are on the East Coast, right? And especially New York. So you have New York, Columbia, etc. So not only, like he said, they have the events where you can connect and all these things, but just, general facts I can tell you. So if you go on New York University website, like just recently, few of my students, they were applying there. They also have all these webinar events, online events where students can attend and you can get information, you can talk to the professors, counselors, you can get guidance. And most importantly, they often give the fee waiver codes also. So, students that in these universities, US universities or any other, you have to pay the application fee. And in many of the US universities, if you request or if you attend their events, you can get the coupon code. Same, I think, for Australia also, and you can get the fee waiver. So you save around 50, $100, whatever it is. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great university. It's well known. And as Prajwal mentioned, he had multiple offers from all the top universities, right? NTU in Singapore, it was 15th last year. Michigan is well known for its mechanical department. And, New York is the city where you have a lot of construction, development, and all these things. So I can't think of a better place where you can, learn and get experience, connect with the industry experts, so on and so forth. So I think I had one question, students will go into Q&A after this. Let me just ask one question. So Prajwal, what is your like overall experience with New York University, like the classes, teachers, so on and so forth?
Yes, sir, sure. So it has been like what 3 4 months here since my semester is about to end in December. So there is a difference in teaching pattern here which I've observed, and it's different from India. Like the professor here, they have a different approach. They go more towards the practicality. Like they tend to have multiple site visits. They tend to have less theoretical approach, more like they give us the freedom to just have our own independent approach towards any question. So that is something which I really like here in the study pattern. Apart from this, the professor here itself have a fabulous background. The my professor, like for example, my project management professor, which I have taken. This is one of the course which I've taken for this semester. He's like a VC for a construction management firm. So the insights you get from such individuals, it's like a business lecture, and that is something which really helps you a lot in this field, because a person who has established a company and he has other immense he has experience of about 48 years. So the kind of things he guides us, or he in between the lectures he just gives examples of his past experiences. We learn a lot from that stuff as well. So that is, I find, very immensely insightful, because after all, we are going to be in that position. So we have the freedom to ask him, so what if we are in situation and this situation arises, and so is the scenario. So he guides us like, in my career, I have done this mistakes. I hope you can take a better approach in this manner, specific manner. So this is thing which I guess, we don't usually find that back in India. So not like specifically in undergrad level, because that's more towards theoretical, right? And that is how it's supposed to be. But for the masters, it's different. And I really appreciate the insights I get from my professors here. Every professor, they are not full time here. They have their specific jobs, other jobs as well, and they are like the biggies in New York. So they are working on very big projects. And other than this, they have network which is of utmost importance to us as well, because they have their friends. They always are happy to refer to us their friends for career opportunities and every other stuff if you are up to the level. So your grade matters, obviously. If you have a good grade and a good GPA, if you maintain that here, and you reach out to professor, so there is a good chance he might refer to his friends, or any other contact he has, so you can get a good start for your career. So this is one of the pros you have here at NYU, definitely. Um, so there are certain questions, I guess, in the chat. Should we address at the end of the session, or
Yeah. Let's go into that. Let's go into that. So just to add to what he has said, that that's the advantage of staying or studying in one of the top universities. You have those kind of professors, and you get the exposure, the knowledge, so on and so forth. Also remember, students, so when you're looking out for a job, Main thing is what Prajwal has mentioned, if you can network with the right people, those who can give a recommendation for you, that is the major factor that helps you to get a job. So usually through your professors, through the contacts, through the university events, which is why when you go abroad, when you take admission, you have to be in the right, environment. So of course, like he said, studying is important, but knowing the right people, being involved, being active, that is the thing that will make the difference. Okay, right. So before we go into Q&A, so let me just share the contact details one time with you students. So those of you who are asking, see, first thing is please scan the QR code. So whenever we have any topics, any updates related to overseas education, we always post it in the WhatsApp group. Like today's webinar, the topic, next week's webinar, all those kind of updates we keep posting there. So make sure you join the WhatsApp group, students. Apart from that, you want to get in touch with us, you want to prepare for next year, you can give us a call, you can get in touch. You can call sir on his number 989-232-9101. You can also give me a call on my number 9619827435. Drop us an email. Email ID is information@coursescounselorscareers.com. Visit our website. We have our two offices. Head office is in Nagpur, and I am based in Mumbai, so you can meet us over here also. And most importantly, students, so these webinars, the students keep asking us, maybe they are not able to attend or they missed out on certain points or whatever. See, we have started uploading all these webinars on our YouTube channel. Okay, the YouTube channel is Courses, Counselors, and Careers. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. See, I'll share all the links with you. Oh, yeah, Smirat sir has shared the links. So the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, all the links are shared there, students, in the chat box. So make sure you connect over there. Especially you want to see this webinar again. We will post the whole video on the YouTube channel. Okay, so QR code, contact numbers, and we'll come back to this little bit at the end. Okay, so let us go into the Q&A. So we have some questions, and I don't want to keep Prajwal for a long time. So let me just see. Yes, Prajwal, you have any questions direct sent to you? So you can go ahead with that.
Sure, sir. Uh, so there is one of the question like where and how to check the opportunities that a university offers.
Okay.
Uh, s- so it's not usually like that. Like we get that directly, It's more like once you like sort certain universities and you check their websites. So there are few things like is it like a STEM course? You have to check that. If it's a STEM program, then it's the best thing you can get, right? You get that extension period, which is really great, helpful for securing a good job in whatever market you're aiming for. Secondly, we have to check for whether the university organizes like career fairs or not. If they are organizing career fairs, that is one of the pros you can have because career fair is something in which the company specifically limits their area for the that university students only, and this is not very common in many universities. It is uh, limited to certain universities only. Many universities don't do this because they don't have that privilege, so you have to check that as well. It will be, if you want some placement guide, like what can I say? Like you want some placement ideas, how the placement is going on or something, you can always check the university website. But I guess it won't always provide you the recent data. They will provide you some data about 1 or 2 years before. If you want the recent data, I will suggest you can connect with some students who have passed out from that university recently. You can connect with them by LinkedIn or something, LinkedIn or some other platform, and you can personally talk about it with them, so they will give you proper correct information about it. So that is one approach. I actually did that. So during my admit at NYU, I connected with few students I came across, and my seniors were also here. So I connected with them. I talk about the stuff with them. This told me about it for the like in specifically in New York, there is a huge opportunity for core fields, not just civil. Like in core, there is civil and mechanical both, right? So both have a booming market here. So I was told that. And when I came here, I realized that as well, market opportunities here are immense. Like, I recently had a career fair. So out of the 40 companies here, around 20 companies were only for the core, which was out of that also there were approx 10 to 13 companies were specifically for civil only. Rest were for mechanical. So I had that insight already from my seniors. That helped me. So if you can get that beforehand, so that will help you, prioritize your university as well. So you can make a correct decision while selecting which university you want to go to. That helps. Apart from this, there is a second question from is this only available for US universities or available for European universities also? I'm so sorry, I don't know about European universities, but I'm pretty sure if it's a good rank, US rank university, they should provide that opportunities because a prestigious university always maintains that, status, and they do provide this stuff to every student. So I guess this all depends on the QS ranking of that university.
So yeah, I
Um,
mean, if this is about scholarship you're asking, then for all the countries, like for example, next week we will have a student who's got admission in Australia. So she will share her experience. And like Prajwal mentioned, he got admission in Singapore also. So if he wanted to go to Singapore, there also he could have gotten the scholarship. And Europe, of course, we have so many students in UK, Ireland, etc. So yes, European as well.
Thank you.
Uh, yeah, go on.
Um, Okay, so about the selection process for GA and TA, it's actually very competitive here. It's not just here at NYU, it's competitive at every other university because there are thousands of students and everyone applies. It's not just your batch, it's the seniors as well who are applying for that. So it's always gonna be competitive. So for this, there are certain aspects like you should maintain good grades in your assignments and or exams. So and you have to be very vocal and inclusive in your class. So the professor has a eye on you. So when you reach out to him for that GITA position, he knows like who you are and how much caliber you have because you have been active in class, you have been you have been an active discussion with throughout the class, and you have good grades. So he has that idea like you are capable of it. So you have to maintain certain image throughout your semester for getting that position because it's competitive, so you have to stand out in some manner. If you either you should have a superb resume or you should have something which kind of isolates you from the other batchmates. So that is something, but it definitely offers a very good part-time job opportunity, and it also gets you good uh I guess experience for your semester. That helps. So there is one question from J. Uh, why do you choose construction management, and why you think it could be a good course for your career, also also your undergrad? So I did my undergrad in civil engineering, so that was obvious. I had to pursue my masters in civil field only, but I did want to choose a field which was in between civil engineering and management. And during this thought process, I came across construction management. I had an idea about it because I had this course during my undergrad as well. So I had a slight idea about it too. So I thought, why not choose construction management? After that, like I didn't directly choose construction management here. I look for the opportunities here, and before selecting not just NYU, I had a clear mindset I want to go for US only. So throughout the years, I chose like I checked the opportunities for construction management, and I found out that it is like one of the best thing for civil engineers which to pursue for masters. I can get a good boost in my career with this master program. So that was one of the reason I chose construction management. And as I mentioned, like construction management is booming here in specifically in New York. So that was one of my core reason I chose NYU. So because the core opportunities here are immense. Uh, Also, I would like to mention, it was last week I had a site visit with my professor of project management. He had a contact, so we had a site visit there, and it was a skyscraper. The construction technology is way different here than back in India. They are more faster, the scheduling methods are different, the estimation methods are different, the modeling techniques are somewhat similar, I can say, but the core ideology is different. So you can get a lot to learn from it. And if you get mold into uh, this process which is different here in New York, I guess you can adapt to any other process or method which is across, say, Europe or Asia in general, because people are adapting that technology only from this is the modern technology they are using here, because they have, that is very obvious, they are having heavy funding here. So there's no scarcity of funds here, so they try to get the best technology here, and people are slowly adapting to it everywhere globally. So if you're getting that experience firsthand for a less cost or with your connections, say for during your internships or during a part time, that is the best thing we can get. That's it, sir.
Prajwal, there's the question, what was the gap between getting your offer and applying for scholarship? Did you take a loan? Yes, that is a good question. So Prajwal did take a loan. Right now he is on the loan. And so to do his entire process, to do his visa, I-20, and all those things. So he had to take the loan, and later on, so you're right, once he got selected, and then he will be reimbursed for whatever expenses. So if you're going to USA, always remember, students, for any country for that matter, initially loan is important, right, to do your visa and for all the other expenses, accommodation, flight, etc., etc. And then once you are selected, you get reimbursed, and you can recover your money. Fine. Somebody is asking your age also. Age, I think, what is 23,
Yeah,
22?
I'm 23 years old.
23, 23. All right. Okay, students, we have just few more minutes. Any more questions anybody wants to ask? I don't want to keep Prajwal for too long. He needs to rest. And after all, it is Sunday morning. It is, I think, 7:30 in the morning. And it might be cold also, I guess, in USA.
Yes, sir, it's -7 degrees here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
there's a question I can see. So, in the beginning, did you rely solely on the scholarship for funding, or would you have made payments if the scholarship had not been granted? Uh, okay, so that's a good question, actually. I would say, you should always get prepared for the worst scenario. Scholarship is something, there are very less seats available, and it's not always sure that you will get it. You can always try for the next year, but it's not always sure, right? So if you are making plan or making a decision to get your master's, despite knowing you should be prepared. You should mentally prepare yourself that it's not sure you will get if you get a scholarship or not. But there is one thing, it's very obvious that if you like if you think logically, if you go to a good university, right, you're paying a huge amount for it from your own pocket. So everyone is gonna be serious about it. Everyone is gonna work hard about it. And if you get secure a seat in a good QS rank university, the university reputation is reputed, right? It is known globally. So if that is on your resume, so if you apply globally anywhere and people see that, it has an impact on everyone, on the recruiters. So only when, if you work right, if you work good, if you work hard up in after securing seat in the university, there is a good chance and a good percentage of chance that you will secure a good job, you will get good opportunities or say internships, you will get, you will be able to repay that loan amount if you're taking that loan for your education. There is a good chance for that. Don't rely solely on scholarship, I will frankly say that, because scholarship, everyone, because many people apply, only few get selected. So you can always try. There is a good chance you will get apply, you will select it too, but don't solely rely on it. Always keep a like backup option, or have a mindset that if it's not, you are not getting that scholarship, you can manage it yourself by securing a good job here and repaying that loan.
Yeah, in that scenario, see, I remember Prajwal had also done a lot of research in terms of loans, low interest loans, and how else he can help the funding. But like I can say, see, in Prajwal's case or in for my other students also, so many of them, they have gone just with the loans. Like he mentioned, the scope and the kind of benefit you can get from studying these universities is that you can, even if you take the loan within 2 or 3 years, you'll be able to pay off the whole thing. And like Prajwal in his own class, he must be seeing so many other students who have taken loans and who have come there. So of course, the scholarship program, we are the experts. Prajwal was with us, he was basically following each and everything. Now he is successful. But yeah, in case if you are maybe not eligible or if you don't get, I think 90% of the students they have gone and they have, studied and they are happy with their decision. Okay. So Prajwal, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, what do you recommend? Is your LinkedIn okay, or you have an email or something?
Um, I'm always happy to help. So if anyone wants to personally connect with me, I'm happy to share my contact number. That is the best option.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, okay, if you can just add that, then if you're okay with that.
Yes, sir. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fine. So you can just add that in the chat. So students, if you want to connect with Prajwal, I'm sure he's there on LinkedIn also. But he is ready to help you. So you can connect with him directly also if you want. And
So there are there is one question about any idea
mhm,
about MS in mechatronics and robotics.
mhm.
Um I'm so sorry, but I don't have brief idea about it, about mechatronics and robotics here. I do have friends in AI here, so when I talk with them, they seem to share that it is having a good scope here. But apart from that, I don't really have a brief idea about it.
So somebody is asking, are you working part time? Are you working part time right now, Prajwal?
No, no, I'm not working part-time at the moment. I do have applied for internship, summer internship opportunities.
Okay.
So yes,
All right. All right. Okay. There is one question about hybrid program, so I'll take that later. So Prajwal, thank you again for being here and sharing, giving your time, your experience, and all these things. And let me know. I'll share the contact also, or if you want, you can type it now so students can get in touch. And of course, we wish you all the best in your journey. And you still have, I guess, a lot of time to go, a lot of semesters to complete. We look
yes, sir.
forward to, connecting with us once your degree is done. Right?
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. I was
Thanks.
really glad to connect with everyone here. I
Yeah,
will share
yeah.
my contact number in the chat if anyone wants to connect.
Yeah, is it there? Yeah, just share it, please.
Sure, sir. Thank
Yeah,
you
yeah.
so much.
Thanks, Prajwal.